Coming up on 5 Minute News. Intelligence review of Trump document theft is appropriate, says White House. Program to provide free home COVID tests is ending. And Greenland Zombie Ice will raise sea level 10 inches. It's Tuesday, August 30. I'm Anthony Davis. The White House on Monday said it is appropriate that the U.S. intelligence community is reviewing potential national security risks if former President Donald Trump took ultra-sensitive material to his residence after his term ended. The White House is not involved in that probe of materials recovered during a search of Trump's Florida residence, the Biden administration said. National Intelligence Director Avril Haines said in a letter to lawmakers on Friday that her office is working with the Justice Department to facilitate a classification review of documents, including those recovered during the August 8 search. The Justice Department on Friday disclosed it was investigating Trump for removing White House documents because it believed he illegally held documents, including some involving intelligence gathering and clandestine human sources, among America's most closely held secrets. In the letter to lawmakers, Haines said that DNI will also lead an intelligence community assessment of the potential risk to national security that would result from the disclosure of the relevant documents, including those seized. She said the DNI was aiming not to interfere with the ongoing criminal investigation. The FBI's search of Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach ended with the seizure of 11 sets of classified records, including some labeled top secret, as documents that could gravely threaten national security if exposed. Meanwhile, on Monday, Trump posted on his own social media site that he wanted the 2020 election declared irreparably compromised and for him to be reinstated as the rightful winner. The US government is suspending its program of free home tests for COVID-19 this week amid disagreements over who should pay for the initiative. The free home tests, which have provided up to 16 tests for each household, are scheduled to come to a halt on Friday. In the future, people requiring tests for work or travel or wanting to confirm that they have the illness will need to claim the costs of a home test on health insurance or seek results through federally backed testing sites. Biden's administration had asked Congress for more than $23 billion earlier this year to pay for tests, vaccines, and other protections. Republicans rebuffed the request, saying that the money should come out of other budgets. The gradual phasing out of federal support comes as the first COVID vaccine, that has been especially updated to protect against the highly contagious Omicron variant, is about to be rolled out. The boosters may be available as early as next week and are expected to be authorized for anyone aged 12 and older. Despite the reining back of government funding, COVID continues to be a challenge for hospital systems across the country. The average number of new cases a day has fallen, but it remains high at slightly above 90,000 per day. The number of hospitalizations and deaths has also fallen, although long COVID is affecting an increasing number of patients worldwide. The administration's decision to pull back on free home testing appears partly inspired by a desire to store up reserves in preparation for an anticipated surge in cases as winter sets in. Zombie ice from the massive Greenland ice sheet will eventually raise global sea levels by at least 10 inches on its own, according to a study released yesterday. Zombie or doomed ice is ice that is still attached to thicker areas of ice, but is no longer getting fed by those larger glaciers. That's because the parent glaciers are getting less replenishing snow. Meanwhile, the doomed ice is melting from climate change, according to study co-author William Colgan, a glaciologist at the Geological Survey of Denmark and Greenland. It's dead ice, it's just going to melt and disappear from the ice sheet, Colgan said. This ice has been consigned to the ocean, regardless of what climate emissions scenario we take now. Study lead author Jason Box, a glaciologist at the Greenland Survey, said it's more like 1 foot in the grave. The unavoidable 10 inches in the study is more than twice as much sea level rise as scientists had previously expected from the melting of Greenland's ice sheet. The study in the journal Nature Climate Change said it could reach as much as 30 inches. This is the first time scientists calculated a minimum ice loss and accompanying sea level rise. For Greenland, one of Earth's two massive ice sheets that are slowly shrinking because of climate change from burning coal, oil, and methane gas. The team doesn't know how long it will take for all the doomed ice to melt, but making an educated guess, they say it would probably be by the end of this century, or at least by 2150. You can subscribe to 5-Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5-Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5-Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.